We all know by now that when Taylor Swift decides to put an experience in a song, she goes hard. And we also know some of the details about her relationship with Jake Gyllenhaal. So, what exactly happened between both of them that Taylor got so furious with Jake? She went hard on Jake Gyllenhaal with the re-release of her album Red in November 2021. So, what did she reveal about that infamous relationship? How did Jake really destroy her? We have all the spicy details. Fans were so excited when Taylor shared some of the hot details about her past relationships, and especially when she exposed her relationship with Jake. And since past few years, fans have assumed that the song All Too Well from the album, which tells the story of the breakup, was all about Taylor's short-term romances with Jake. According to the reports, when Taylor and Jake broke up, it was Jake who called off the relationship. And it happened quite suddenly, which could probably be a sign of why she wrote the song, because she was badly hurt by Jake cheating on her with another woman. So Taylor didn't make it clear who she wrote the song for, but by the lyrics of the song we can assume that the song was all about her recent breakup with Jake. So Taylor says about being heartbroken on her 21st birthday, and this is the time when Taylor broke up with Jake, and the lyrics of the song say, "But then he watched me watch the front door all night, willin' you to come, and he said, it's supposed to be fun turning 21. Swifties were more than overjoyed when Taylor finally released Red, Taylor's version, as part of her ongoing effort to regain control over her work. And they were also more intrigued when Taylor brought up more details from her past, especially her relationship with Jake. So another shocking news that we get from the reports from an insider. According to the reports, Jake never came on Taylor's 21st birthday, and some fans say that she wrote about it so painfully that it meant that Jake was supposed to show up. But Jake not showing up must have been so heartbreaking. So, as we dig deeper inside the lyrics, we find more reasons for their breakup, and one of the reasons that we found out was the age gap. Though the age difference was not more than 9 years. At the time they were together, Tay was 21 and Jake was almost 30. Still, it was the age difference that became the reason for their breakup, because we think that their mentality wasn't matching. So, the song further says, "And I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, I'll get older, but your lovers stay my age." Even people who weren't fans of Swift piled on Gyllenhaal. "I am not a Swiftie, but from what I can tell, she is hunting Jake Gyllenhaal for sport, and good for her," wrote one Twitter user. Other Swift fans imagined the Oscar nominee's reaction to Swift's cutting lyrics. "Jake Gyllenhaal is screaming, crying, and throwing up," joked one Twitter user. "Jake Gyllenhaal, turn off your phone for the weekend, baby," tweeted another. "Wow, I can't believe today is Jake Gyllenhaal's last day of peace-like ever," joked another listener. "I know Jake Gyllenhaal is getting in the shower for the first time in weeks tonight just to cry," tweeted one Swift fan. The hypocrisy lies in that Jake is currently dating the model Jean, who is 25, and that caught the attention of many. Taylor Swift has opened up about how the original 10-minute recording of All Too Well, included on the re-release of her 2012 album Red, came to be, and says that re-recording her version of that album nearly 10 years later has been a really nice, emotional shift from the first time around. The singer stopped by 2 late-night shows on Thursday, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon and Late Night with Seth Meyers, in which she spoke about the process of remaking the album, part of her ongoing effort to re-record her entire Big Machine Records catalog and returning to what she calls her and her fans' favorite song from the release. The way that this song was written was, "I was going through a bit of a sad time," she explained to Fallon of her experience writing the song when she was 21. "I was in band rehearsals for a tour that I was about to go out on called the Speak Now tour, and I showed up for rehearsals, and I just was really upset and sad, and everybody could tell. It was really not fun to be around me that day. I started ad-libbing what I was going through and what I was feeling, and it went on. The song kept building and building and building in intensity," she explained. Okay, so now let's talk about what Taylor had to go through her short film. So in the opening scene, Sadie, presumably portraying the younger Taylor Swift, enters her partner's house, where she first places her red-colored scarf on the stair railing. And then the first chapter of the story is titled as an upstate escape and also a Mercedes-Benz S-Class, and some eagle-eyed fans speculated that Jake had the same car, and the film is all about Jake and Taylor from the beginning scene. And that age difference between Sadie and Dylan was definitely a reference to Taylor and Jake's age gap. The gap between Sadie and Dylan's age is exactly 10 years, which is the same in the case of Taylor and Jake. Some scenes of the film also mirror similar scenes in Jake's 2010 movie Love Other Drugs. This movie came out at the time Jake and Taylor were dating. So, next in the film, it was exposed that Sadie, who was a character of Taylor, felt so much left out when Dylan and Sadie were having dinner with Dylan's friends. They were all having a good time as they were shown smiling, laughing, and making jokes, except Sadie, as no one was taking to her, and she felt almost left out, and we can assume that Taylor felt the same while she hanged out with Jake and his friends. According to fans, Taylor was trying to reflect how left out she felt while she was with Jake and his older friends, and he didn't even care. There is also a post-breakup identity crisis towards the end of the film, which possibly pointed to the fact that Jake permanently damaged Taylor. Some people also pointed out that with everything Taylor put into the album in the film after dating Jake, the pain that Taylor carried must have been extremely excruciating. Some said that she felt used and manipulated. One fan wrote, "I feel like the problem wasn't the age gap itself. It's how Jake used the age gap to make Taylor insecure and manipulate her." Well, another song that tells some of the facts about how Jake destroyed Tay is The Moment I Knew. Tyler previously spoke about the story behind the song, and a sad story is expressed in this song. In an interview with Yahoo Music, Taylor says, "The Moment I Knew was a song about my 21st birthday party, which was the worst experience ever." In this song, Taylor sings about waiting for the one who means the most to her to show up at her party, but when that person that Taylor is referring to never showed up, she finally realized that the relationship is over. So we are never getting back together. Well, that song also had some obvious references to Jake. So instead of cheering up Taylor for her new upcoming songs, Jake invested more in showing he didn't like her music. The Moment I Knew is about a party around Christmas time. Her birthday party, Christmas lights glisten, and it was like slow motion / standing there in my party dress, in red lipstick, with no one to impress, and they're all sitting around me singing happy birthday to you. For her birthday party in 2010, she had a Christmas-themed party. In an interview with People magazine, she says, "I definitely want a winter-themed birthday, Christmas-themed, and I'd really like to have it in my condo. I think that would be wonderful." What's your take on this matter? Was it just their age difference which led to ending their relationship? Or was there something even darker that they have been hiding all the time? Share your thoughts with us. And we share the latest news and gossip about your favorite celebrities, so make sure to check out other videos for the latest hot news.